Hey YouTube, yep, that's exactly right. I did say I was going to be on at 9 and it's only 8:30. I got bored waiting, so I'm just going to play the guitar until anyone turns up. This will be Guitar Safari Part 3. This being the Safari guitar. Give a second while I set things up. Let's pop that out. Pop out chat. Hey, Victory House. Yep. Cheers, we're done. Right, so chop chat. No, I want all messages are visible. I want to make that. Where's it gone? I want to make that thinner. And then higher. Nope. Bear with me. Ideally it wouldn't. How do you get rid of the big power bar at the bottom of the screen? That's what I don't want. Right on. This is me not drinking yet. Yay! God's been hey Irish Stew, how's it going? Maybe a fair bit of tuning. I just got this guitar earlier on today, which you might have seen in the video. I don't know where that plan came from. What actually happened was I thought, I've got a new guitar. Am I going to be able to stand and not mention the fact that there's a new guitar kicking about and do a live stream? I could do a sober stream, but I'm not. I'm going to... The battery doesn't last great in this Snark tuner. That's the second one I've had to use since I moved in here. So, this is an SX. It's got flying birds on the neck. So, it's like if you've got a Les Paul and then you drew round a Telecaster and then you like PRS as well, sort of thing. It is a Les Paul though. It's got the carved top. So, although looking at it you go, it's not one you would pick out as a Les Paul. It totally is a Les Paul. It's just this bit here's different. Everything else about it's just a Les Paul. Hey Joey, how's it going? Finally, internet connection. Oh, what? It just says it's lower than the recommended amount. When I turned this on, it said connection excellent. I thought, wow, I don't think it normally says excellent. It normally says, yeah, okay, if you really have to stream, do it. But now it's saying the current bit rate is lower than the recommended. So this guitar was actually clean, and someone had put new strings on it as well. Annoyingly, they put new strings on it, and see, like the way you would put strings on locking tuners, they'd done it like that. So you could sort of tune it, but as soon as you touched the string, it just pulled itself through the thingy. So I had to put new strings on it myself. Not really much to be complaining about, really, and that meant I could clean like between the pickups a little bit cleaner than it was. But this was actually pretty much as is, and tighten up, just to be tightening up things. Things where the tuners were a bit stiff, just had to do them off. Say, your name has been changed to @Joey. That sounds... Wow. I wonder what the hell happened there. Is somebody been using your computer? Have you accidentally signed in as somebody else? I know a couple of my pals, they're still, the guys at his YouTube still got another one of their pals that they don't see that often connected up. They're still signed in on his YouTube, so he keeps liking videos. So if he finds something pure ridiculous, he'll sign in as Jimmy and then like it. So obviously Jimmy's on YouTube, but we're like, what the recommendations will be pure ridiculous. Just the most random things. Quite funny. Don't know how that works. This was a very thick neck, like a, do you call it a Gibson 50s carve? It's quite weird. Like I put it on and thought immediately as soon as you put it on you go, oh god, it's a Les Paul, I don't like it. But doing the old side slinging it. And it actually sounds surprisingly good clean. Bridge. Was that AI got at you, Joey? Where 93527 is your PIN number on your bank card. Perfect. Is the stream working? I seem to be getting crazy information over there about being 10 people on, then one person on, then none, and then is it cutting in and out? I don't know if there's anything I can do about it. If it isn't working, give us a shout. Another Gibson SG Standard. Right, sorry. I'm just wondering. I think that may be out of date or something like that. It's kind of a bit crazy. Cool. SG Standard black with gold hardware. And Jeff Beck, Seymour Duncan. That sounds pretty good. The black with gold hardware does something about it. This is a blue with gold hardware, but it's not quite the black with gold hardware. The only SG Standard I ever had, my pal actually gave it to me and I gave it back. There was a funny year when it had robot tuners and it was kind of not finished and the nut was really wide but the string spacing wasn't. It was really bizarre guitar. I didn't like it, but I think that was a 1 year and it's famously the bad year, 2018 or something. Google have given everyone a handle with a number. It's different from your channel name and different from your handle, although I mean they may be set to the same value. All right. I didn't know. Am I still Mad Malco? Because Irish Stew, you were an Irish Stew guitar before. You were just Irish Stew, weren't you? That's just going to make things more confusing. But anyway, cheers to the rest. There's some people here, therefore I'm not drinking alone. Therefore I can shake up a bottle of bucket and have a wee drink. My guitar safari today was 2 guitars. Don't know if you watched the video, they timed it so badly. It was like, what time would it be? It would be about, this morning I looked on Gumtree, I saw this and went, Cumbernauld. It's just over there, 12 minutes away. You saw this, I'm interested. Somebody didn't show up. I was like, welcome to Gumtree. And then, what time do you want me to come over? And it's like, about 3. So this is before 12. And then, but that was after. But immediately after I'd sent this one and said, yes, it's still available, I saw guitar number 2. And it was like, oh, in Cumbernauld as well. Different person. Oh, and I waited for them to get back to me. Hey, Daniel. Sorry, yeah, I came on at a different time. I got bored waiting. I didn't need that extra hour. I could have done with an extra 15 minutes to get the guitar playing. Stays in tune for a full practice and a week in the case. Yeah, it does sound ridiculous, but that does happen with some guitars. And it's like sometimes it's just all right, and then you get some guitars that just don't want to be in tune ever. We have channel, handle, and nickname. The Tarp 500's not in yet. He was expecting us to start. I'm waiting 15 minutes before I dress up for the other guitar. Hey Daniel, this is an SX Tele Les Paul PRS Socaster. Actually, see what it's very like? It's very like Phil. It's okay. The Phil is vaguely PRS-y as well, but it's just the neck joint kind of looks the same. It's got that kind of thing. It's a set neck. It's got a really chunky neck on it, and maybe it's just the gold hardware. It's just there's elements of Phil, and the inlays are not PRS birds, but they are quite cool. They're like seagulls rather than annoyingly the one. Is it that one? Looks like it's got shite on it, but it's actually just the mother of pearl. It must be real abalone or something like that, and not particularly high grade because it just basically looks like it's got shite in it in the actual shell. There's a couple, and we've got wee bits like that. Like the pre live stream Safari format. Well, the thing about Safari formats, I think I put in emergency guitar Safari. All good guitar safaris are emergency guitar safaris. You know, it's like, what you're planning on finding something. You know, you're not going to be planning. I had no plans on getting this. It does look a bit like a Washburn Idol. Yes, I think a Washburn Idol is maybe slightly pointier, but not much there. Rat pedal compatible. I don't know. I don't actually have a rat pedal set up. I could I? It's sitting over there. I could rationalise it. Say there's something in there. I've got a tube screamer so I can get a wee bit of rock. I do actually quite like this guitar. Les Paul half cut. I quite like that actually. Yes. That's exactly what it should be called. Because being not to be too controversial about it, it is a Les Paul. You know, it feels like, okay, the headstock's a slightly different shape and this bit, but I mean it's pure. It's a variation on a Les Paul. It just kind of doesn't look. This makes it look like a telly. You know, when it sounds good. Yeah, I'm always surprised when pickups sound all right, clean, and then it's like suddenly you've got a bit of a. You know, you can actually strum the thing. What's that, half cut PRS? Actually, it doesn't have binding on it. That's quite surprising that you would go for it's got binding on the body, but you've got like I assume it's a veneer flame maple top on it. The gold hardware. I do like a wraparound bridge. Then you've got the fret markings, and they didn't put binding on the neck. Quite strange. But they sold this too cheap. Well, I don't know. The thing is, if it had been Les Paul shaped, it's one of those things that's kind of, it's the sort of thing I'm interested in. It's like that, the Tone King, Sound King, whatever it is, the more expensive version of the East Coast guitar, the one that had the, kind of not unlike the shape actually, but like a rosewood neck and all that. And it wasn't that expensive, and it basically didn't sell because I thought it was cool because it's like this, it just looks a bit different. You've not been here for a while, yes. I'm now in Kilsyth. I hadn't seen you for a while. I wonder how long you've been Joey. Aye, much better, and I've got my records. It looks like I've got less, but I've actually shut it down to now the bottom level is records now as well. I've upgraded to my Super Audio CD surround setup, which is pretty mental. And it actually works in here because the room's big enough. Dave Hill, It's lads. I bet you it was. I saw them on 12/12/12. So that was a while ago, and it was like one of their. It was Slade and the Sweet, and I can't remember who was headlining, but it was great. Hey, Mr. Whitesnake, how's it going? You're still Mr. Whitesnake. Is that the youngest of your guitars? No, we've got one there. That's excluding handmade ones. That one was only made, like, it wasn't even. I made it. So there you go. So I suppose it was technically the body and the neck were made and then sent over here, and I assembled it and put pickups and tuners on it for the first time, so it's as new as it possibly can be. Hey Cat Cats, yeah, this is a J-Pack special t-shirt. I'm just waiting for everyone to come in so I can go into the other guitar. This is the first guitar of my guitar safari day. Dave Hill is the coolest uncool guy ever. Yeah, I would get that. That is so much fun. It's like, what is it? The thing about Slade is you just eventually I just bought it was ages ago, Slade Smashes, and it's like, what the fuck's this? They're all amazing. And that all came from a few years ago there was I wouldn't look at you when you boo-hoo. Look at you when you boo-hoo, 'cause I love you. If I could take you back with the things you like, 'cause I love you. I just like those things you do. Don't you think those things you do? Yeah, I do like a bit of that. Nice guitar that is. I'm liking it slight different. It's one of those ones that you could kind of get away with it being like up here. Oh, is that some sort of crazy custom job? No, it's an SX, but yeah. Is that time? No, it's not. I need to wait another 9 minutes before I go on, so if anyone comes in, they get to see the second guitar first. I did say I was coming on at 9, but I got bored waiting. Oh. But yes, they did indeed have a lot of hits. I remember them being on Top of the Pops 2, which was basically a... And they said, come on, feel the noise. I think it's quite... Yeah, there's so much. There's so many good Slade things. Did a monster cover of a TYA. What's TYA? 10 Years After. I maybe didn't know it was a 10 Years After song. I know that the first time Born to Be Wild was released on vinyl in Britain was on the Slade Alive album, because they went to America on some tour and they heard Born to Be Wild and it wasn't a big hit yet. Goodbye to Jane. I don't know how you play that one. Goodbye to Jane. Yeah, I mean, they're My Friend Stan. There's hundreds of good ones, really. And they're good, they're quite varied as well, but they've got a real... It's kind of... They do the same sort of thing as ABBA do, where you've got like a really cheesy sing-along song that's dead easy, but actually when you listen into it, when you've heard it a few times, you listen to it and go, what's the music's pure rocking, you know what I mean? It's pure well thought out. They started out as a folk band, didn't they? I know there were skinheads at one point. You hear me calling? That's a 10 Years After song. Well, there you go. I do actually probably have most of 10 Years After's albums, but never really listened to them that much. When I was in Pennsylvania, we went to this old, it was like a second-hand clothes store, but they had records, and there was a lot of 10 Years After and Dave Mason, and it was kind of funny records that I've got, but they were never really big hits over here, but they must have been in America. 10 Years After, the Kinks, we never got their albums for some reason. Like, what is the Kinks album? The Fall of the British the something Empire, and something about Percy and something like that. Those Kinks albums, the ones that were pure massive in America, never came out here, or I've never seen them. Or maybe you see them at record fairs for a couple £100. Yeah, Quiet Riot did cover Come On Feel the Noise. They also did another one as well, another Slade one. But it's basically just the Slade version, apart from the Slade one's a little bit more raucous. Far, Far Away, huh? Dancing, Come and Feel the Noise. Well, there you go. I just don't know how. Well, yeah, that's obviously the Christmas one. Which is on it? Right, I'm going to go for the other guitar then. Have to dress up for this one though. Not really dressing up. Can you guess what colour it is? And this one I bought in bits. Oh. See? You can't see my feet, but I've got the matching shoes on as well, see? Actually quite Dave... No, that doesn't look very Dave Hilly. That looks... what's his face? Rick Nielsen. Cheap Trick. See? Oh. Oh. No, Slade were before my time, so I never knew anything about them. Mobile Disco started in 71, there you go, wow. I do remember going to discos in primary school though, and I remember The Only Way Is Up being a hit at the time, so that would probably date it. Hey Sloaney, we hung about and started a wee bit late, so you could join in. Yellow guitar, totally cool. Yes, I just thought of the hat later on, but I was wearing this jumper today by random when I was actually wearing this when I saw this on Marketplace on Gumtree. So I've been mocking Gumtree. Maybe Gumtree's the future. I think maybe too many people know Marketplace and watch it like a hawk. Imagine getting 2 guitars on the same day. The Only Way Is Up from around 1989, that would make sense. That would make me 11. Would that be about right? Would I still be at primary school? No, it must have been just before that. Or maybe, well... I remember saying I was 11 when I went to Kella Onzon when I was at secondary school, so I must have been... That could have been at the end of the year, I suppose. Yeah, okay. Oh. So what's the view on Godin? Which obviously you have to pronounce the proper French way of Godin. Sound like a wank. It's got to be done. Ah, you have been away. Yeah, totally. What have I changed with the guitar? I'm rolling cubes, 2 of them. I found out that well, actually, I asked AI if there was any way of using the recording output without muting the speaker, and it said no. But then there was a video of some guy done it. Basically, you can just short out the headphone socket. So what I've got is I'm running through the Roland Microcube, but I've shorted out the headphone socket. So when you plug into the headphone socket, which has like cabinet simulators and shit all built in that you don't have to do anything with, I've just got that output just going into the fucking desk. That's it, with a volume control done, and I can pan it. I've done the same with the bass. It's so easy, and I do really like the sound of these wee amps. Sometimes simpler is just do it. Hey Thomas, how's it going? Sorry, I started a wee bit earlier. I said I couldn't be bothered waiting until 9 o'clock. Hey Ben! Hey Mr. AG! So I used to have a blue one of these. I didn't like it. Much prefer this one. I don't know if it's just because it's yellow. Yellow is awful cool. I mean, what can you say? It's got a really nice neck on it. So I got this as a project. So there's some bad fretware in the middle. The thing is, it's the difference when you get like an expensive guitar. You know, you don't. If you buy something like this, these are, I don't know, a £500 guitar. They used to be something like that, kind of new. So the people who bought this weren't beginners. So you tend to find they've got more even fretware. You know, like I don't know. For some reason, I can imagine teachers playing these. You know, something a bit different where you're getting a quality American built, or how's it actually worded? Assembled in the USA from handcrafted in Canada parts. Looking for a wee amp. I can use it at my parents'. Honestly, slowly get yourself a Roland Microcube. They're just the best wee amps ever, and they're battery operated as well. But they just sound, they've got such a good local, it's just, there's nothing else on, just jazz chorus, and it's just... Yes, I'll stick the corker on later on, actually. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things, it's like when... I always remember when I got my first record player that played at the right speed, I had to go through all my records again, listen to them on the new system. So it's a wee bit like that. Now I can do this. It's like guitars, you actually hear them a bit better. Marshall 15. I've got a Marshall 15 MG3 there. I just can't get over the cube. For me, I don't know. It's got that one thing. You don't have to fuck about with it at all. It's like you just put it onto that jazz chorus thing, JC setting, and then you've got volume. Everyone else just have it at noon, and it's just fine for what I like. Oh, it's sweet. I'm keeping it for just now, Mr. Whitesnake. I mean, it's cool. I'm kind of... It's got an annoying output socket, which I'll just replace. I just couldn't be bothered. The wires, it wasn't connected up when I got it. It's stickers on it and a big black bit there, which I was happy. I think it said it damaged and needed a new scratch plate and all this shit. So I think what had happened is the volume control must have seized or gone rotten, and they had to cut it out with like a... The hole was fucking huge, so I had to put some washers on, put another pot in, but I mean, you can't even see it, so it's sorted. So have you stopped using the orange? Well, to be honest, yes. It's just... The orange has got... It's obviously much better. But there's a degree of setup and variance and shit like that in that, whereas the cube, it's just... It's just on. That's it. I don't have to do anything at all. But I mean, you know... I get it. It's just... It's a great evener. I don't know, I like the idea of, you know, it's when you see someone playing something, it's like, especially me when I'm playing all these crazy guitars, how are you recording it? It used to annoy me when I started watching YouTube videos and folk would have all these effects on in post-production. I don't have any of that. It is going into the computer, but it's basically going into a wee desk. There's no effects on the desk, going into a USB and then just coming in. That's it. There's no anything on it. You ordered a Gibson Friday. No, the good amp's the right thing, Sony. The thing is, it's like, I kind of like, see the Black Star Fly. It has a thing. It doesn't really, it's not as good as the Cube, but it's got its good sound is at a really quiet volume. It's really surprising how satisfying it is playing through one of them. I remember playing it, we were at poker night, this was a few years ago when I first had it, and I had my Strat, and it was like, sitting there playing, and the thing wasn't even up loud, it was just up at, sitting in the house for him. It just sounded fucking amazing. It was like, just totally sounded like a Strat. And it's like playing through a wee battery thing that size, and it totally, I do rate them. They're amazing. It's how the guitar inspires you to play. So what Gibson did you order? Oh, you wouldn't be selling off your Washburn, would you? I don't know, but I think part of when the Cube came into my life was when I'd already started doing wanky stuff on the guitar, playing clean, which maybe helps a lot. That's very much what the Corker was part of that revelation of, like, because it's got so many different switches, it's just sitting there and just playing clean all the time. I used to play clean for like about 20 seconds in every video just to show that it did clean, and then the rest of the time in the video and the rest of the time I was playing the guitar the rat pedal was on, and now it's kind of the other way around. I just like Gibson or Fender all day long. Overheating. See, if it was just broken, I would have replaced it. It's not. It's intermittent. It's got a humbucker. Yeah, I would probably say Fender because the Telecaster's my favourite one. Yeah. An electric Mistress is that? I feel I should know. Is that a delay? It's a big one, but it sounds cool. Amazing. 2014 Les Paul double cut prototype from the Gibson demo shop. Sounds interesting, eh? Would that be like a double cut, like the way that one is with a carved top? So it's like a double cut Les Paul standard or studio, or is it like the double cut version of the flat top? More kind of like this. Sounds cool though. It's a flanger. Electric. I've definitely heard about it. It's definitely a... Hey, Jonathan Johnston. Aye, how do I know Jonathan Johnston? It was easy. I have not tried the Honor yet. I do need to. I was noticing that looking at it, it definitely needs the intonation done because the saddle's in the wrong place. I just haven't done it. To be honest, I ended up going on a random guitar safari today. And then I'm still doing it now, but I've now fixed these, so I'll get a look at it during the week. So what's the advice, Jago? Oh, it's like a cross between a Raven and a Les Paul, yeah. Okay, so it's the carved top one. I get it. So it's maybe a bit more the Hamer or something like that, yeah. You bought a Yamaha EQ pedal? I actually bought... a bass EQ pedal, and I think it might be a bit of a revelation. It seems to be awful good. It's like, alright, if only I could make this bass sound more like another bass, it just seems to do it. And the idea of an EQ pedal seems very... This guitar's getting put down. It's a long time here, but I had loads of accounts. Everyone's name seems to have changed anyway. Half the people in here's name seems to have changed last week anyway. You introduced me to Blazing Saddles. Oh yes, the thing that annoys me is I can never remember how to play. It's a really a really weird chord sequence that I can never remember. The 88 Epiphone Flying V2. Did I have one of them, Sloaney? Was it the Epiphone? No, there was an Explorer V2. It's a sort of slightly small body from the sort of 80s. Is that one? Oh. No, Flying V2. I take it you're doing the Young Wee Malmsteen balancing it between your legs type thing. No, Flying V's are... It's funny when you pick up a Flying V for the first time. You either love it or you hate it, and you either love it because it just looks cool and you feel cool playing it, and it's like you just put up with the fact it's a big stupid shape. You hit it off door frames and all that. I think I might go for the Corker actually, just because it's been requested, and obviously that output jack socket, which is getting replaced, is getting replaced. But I do need to start thinking about having some pedals set up again, get my rat pedal back in action. This hasn't been played for ages. What are the chances of it being anything like in tune? Yeah, tune it. I'm getting a little bit of interference, so I think it's because of maybe standing close. There doesn't really have room for take the tuner. Yeah. Yeah, the V2 was a slightly smaller one. Yeah, I know the one you mean. Kind of like, what was the one I had that was very similar as well? There's Dean did well, again, I think it was the Explorer I had, a Baby Z I had. Where it's like full scale and all that, just the body's just 3/4 size or something, so it's not like a kind of about a fucking door. These only got a tune because the temperature changes in here. It's actually hot just now for some reason. Oh. So you bought guitar from an addict, and you had loads of grime in the fretboard and dried blood all over the body. What's the best, safest way to clean it? It was a bargain, yeah. I would just basically get in there with the rubber gloves and the fairy liquid and all that. And then just throw away whatever you've got, like if you've got like a kitchen roll or something like that, just try and get as much of it off and in the bin as quickly as possible. And I would probably strip it right down, as in take the scratch plate off. And I've done it before with some... Not necessarily ones that are just dirty, but ones that are 30-year-old dirty. You know, a lot of the Japanese ones and stuff, I get them in, and basically they look shit. Even that wee bass looked fucking shit when I got it. And then now just actually you take all the bits off and do it. Great. Guitars are easy to clean. They are. Well, poly ones are easy to clean, but yeah, no. But the thing is, it is satisfying. It does look. It is worth it, especially when you're enjoying playing it. It's not as much fun cleaning somebody else's guitar, but it's really nice cleaning your own one. And it's like, you just like when you play it, you go like, yeah. And you can really bring them back from the brink of. It's one of those ones you get. None of my guitars are dirty. Yes, you could probably pick them up and give them a bit of a dusting, but they're not dirty anymore. Even in any one I've ever had, I've bought some manky fucking guitars. None of them are anything like what they used to be. You know what I mean? Because if you give them one good clean, and then don't be ridiculous with them, spilling beer on them and shit like that, they don't get dirty. You know what I mean? I've also got guitars that are from 30, 40 years old that have never been dirty. Really, they're dusty and stuff because of atmosphere, but they've never been smoked on and spilt on and all these shit. I trail gloves to added cleaner kit and a razor blade if you need to get cheese off the fretboard. Naphtha, yes, Mr. AG, actually I terrified Jen with that yesterday. So I got some, look at this, and she's like, oh, it looks fucking dangerous. I look in the back, and it's got like 5 big red triangles of death telling you about all the different ways it kills you. She's like, I'm not even opening that. So I will open it and use it. There were some stickers on that yellow guitar, but I didn't want to open them. So just Fairy Liquid. I don't have a specific neck oil for the fretboard. I would try see if you can. I know it's if you can get like isopropyl alcohol or that naphtha shit or lighter fluid, you kind of put that in and it'll take all the shit out the board. I would just buy some linseed oil. It's linseed oil. It's not expensive. To do the fingerboard later, but do that later because it can be, oh, the fingerboard looks a little bit dry, or oh, I don't want to touch the guitar. I have had guitars that literally playing it after 10 seconds, it's just the overwhelming desire to go and wash my hands is ridiculous. You know, of just not wanting to touch in because you can just feel it. Oh. Anything more minging than fretboards? Jeez, I remember seeing a thing when I first joined Facebook, and it was some guy saying like that, yeah, when you get people throwing away that fretboard, stuff like that, it's actually weed from people who've been burning hash, so you can smoke it. And it's like, you're like, no. Fretboard oil is fairly cheap. Yeah, but I mean, just clean it. And it's like that whole, yeah, get it wet, but as long as you dry it off with paper towels. Oh no, you don't really want to get water into the pickups and shit like that, but you know what I mean. If you're clever with it, and just spend, it's not difficult, it's just something that you just got to sit there, and the first time you're going to spend all afternoon or all evening doing it, but then when you put it back together again, it'll be fucking great. And even just cleaning the frets, I've got a fretboard rubber, which is just like a rubber you can slide up to, it just polishes them, but you can polish them with like, it's so worth doing, and the thing is that once you've done it once, it's the same as me fidgeting with the guitar, setting them up and stuff like that. Once I've done something once or twice, I don't have to think about it anymore. It just happens automatically. And then I'm only thinking, oh, what's happening here? I've been doing this for 10 minutes. It's still not fixed. It's not one of the 5 things that I automatically do without even thinking about it. Yeah, okay. I think lighter fluid and Windex might be a good one, and microfiber cloths, yes. Scraping fretboard isn't usually necessary, but sometimes it can be fucking... It's the thought of what it is. Do you know what I mean? Because whatever it is, it's come off people's fingers. My pal Mo used to like eating crisps and playing a guitar. Man, he's a shot your guitar in, and he's like, no, a packet of Monster Munch, and you're just like, oh, really? You wash your hands first. I fell in love with the Daddario cleaning products because they work, aren't expensive. Probably, yes. The problem is I've just got a compulsion. I want to do it now. So I can't be bothered waiting for it to arrive. So if it's a case of I need to get something to clean it, I'll go to Lidl and see what I can find just because I want to do it tonight. I don't want it tomorrow. Hey, Aunt Wales! You could use Parmesan. Yeah, no, but cleaning a guitar, it's like that whole thing. It's the same as like, see, whenever I used to, when you tidy out your car and it seems to go faster. There's an element of that, but it's just, if it's more fun to play, it's better. Even if it's not actually, if you're in your head, think it's better, and it's better. It's worth it. You gave me the feeling about talking about toilet guitars. That was some guy. It was a bass player who said, I can't remember. I wasn't trying to buy it. It was like, up here, that's my toilet bass, and it was like basically his job. It was just in his bathroom. He had a bass that hung up next to him, and you're just like that. It was just like, no. What was the Safari score? 2-0 to me. It wasn't the most efficient. I kind of hung about on the first Safari waiting for the other person to get back to me, and they didn't. And then I came home, and then on the blue guitar, I basically realised that the strings were fucked. Gave it a bit of a wipe for 5 minutes, and then got a message from the other woman to go and buy the other guitar, and it was a minute between the two houses, but they were both 12 minutes away from me. So I had to, instead of going 12 minutes, 1 minute, 12 minutes, I had to go 12 minutes, 12 minutes, 12 minutes, 12 minutes. Yeah. Best channel for in-depth guitar work is T. Woodford. Alright, I don't know. Yeah, but it's so much shit lighting up your car. It's amazing, isn't it? I'm saying that, I was going to say there's not that much shit in the thingy, but there's actually in below the boot, there's a bit where if you had a spare wheel, which I don't have one in the car. It's got like one of those stupid inflation kits instead. That's just full of shit. Maybe that switch is maybe not as good as I think. Hey, kid, is it bad luck to clean the dust, buddy? Not at all. Some of that stuff has been there since factory. No. Again, it's that thing I was saying about a clean guitar plays better. It's much more obvious on an acoustic, and I'm not talking about fancy smancy acoustics. I remember this from many years ago when I was like 18, 19, when I bought my acoustic, and I was everyone would be sitting about drinking it, and Mum would be playing it when he's eating crisps and shit, and it definitely sounded better after you cleaned it. Just the whole thing, just brighter and more there. I've not been watching. What have I been watching on YouTube? Not any guitar stuff. Oh, aye, Mr. Whitesnake, you non-bass playing person with your neck dive. So that period, the neck dive's really bad, and you let go of it, it does that. You're like, aye, that's not neck dive, not on a bass. You should have a shot of a fucking Thunderbird or something like that. I'm talking about neck dive is, you let go of it, and within a quarter of a second, it's like that, it's on the ground. You know, it's like, neck dive, a little bit neck heavy is maybe it wants to sit like that. That's not neck dive. Neck dive is when it's just that you physically have to hold it, or as soon as you let go of it, the headstock hits the ground. To Barry from Gavin, says to buy 2 guitar cases. An Iceman and a BC Mockingbird, I bet that wasn't, but they weren't cheap. Oh. You do a 25 round off of guitars you've got. I was actually thinking the other day I was going to do all the basses because I can get at them all. I don't know how many there are. I could do it in stints. You bought a Fender case last week, some sort of gaming hookup edition. It's one of those things where you think there are definitely people who would have been into both things, but you would have thought that by being into both gaming and guitars, you're kind of not really appealing to all the gamers or all the guitarists. A very niche market, but cool. The thing about these things is like things like cases. They're expensive if you need one. I need one for the weekend. Then it's going to be fucking expensive for us if you're just an arsehole like me. It's basically the same with you buying these guitars. You know what I mean? If you're looking for a guitar that you're buying for yourself, you're not finding the Gold and the wee SX for fuck all. You've got to already have too many guitars and only be buying it because you're just a greedy bastard and just can't help it. And basically, it's once I want to play. That's the thing that's different about it. It's like both of those guitars are generally quite interesting. I could feasibly see going round to someone's house who has half a dozen guitars and going, oh, do you want to have a wee jam? Which one do you want a shot of? And me picking the Godin or that SX if they're sitting there with, like, you know, boring guitars, like acoustics. Both use foam electric bass cases from 2 different guys. Measure up the shapes and the cases they would fit. Alright, cool. Well, go for it. I do like BC Riches. I like. I saw someone had a bitch bass. I didn't know there was a bitch bass, but oh god, fuck. I do really like my bitch. Might have covered this, but why don't you have a guitar shop? The thing is that the problem is I'm very passionate about guitars, but I'm not passionate about the ones that everyone else likes. So that's why this channel is, I'm intentionally doing what I want to do, not doing what the latest Squire or all that stuff is. Occasionally I do get, I had a PRS Silver Sky the other night. You know, it's like that sort of thing, yeah, but it's not really it doesn't really interest me the same way. Whereas sometimes a cheap one does, like that shite, that SX. Taylor, who's often in here, was in, I'm pretty sure he had one of them about a year ago. Maybe sent me a message like, you ever seen one of these? It looks metal. I was like, oh, well, cool. And I do like it. It's just a bit different. And it's like, I can just see why fundamentally it's a bad idea making that, not making it a Les Paul instead, because everyone's going to want to buy a Les Paul. Oh, but no, I couldn't do the guitar shop. Nah. Guys, really saw two like Black Rose Thin Lizzy tribute and Thunder Road in Kennedy's Paisley. Thunder Road, I think that I don't know why I know that name. You do have to pay rent in a shop. But you mean like a reverb shop? I should. But the thing is, the problem is my part of my fun about getting the guitars is I wouldn't really want to go to a specialist in any of these things. I would want to try and get them on Facebook Marketplace at budget price, bits missing, just because I find it exciting. I mean, I could obviously, it's like being a cheap bastard, yes, but I do spend a lot of money on guitars. It's like there's definitely people who spend more money than me on guitars who only buy one a year. You know, they buy an Epiphone Les Paul or a Squire Classic Vibe once a year, and that's kind of probably how much I'm spending on guitars a year, just that I'm buying 5 instead. Song we've been trying to make is Cocaine Blues by Billy Strings. I know the name Billy Strings. I think I've seen him. I don't know him though. Hey Slotty, I was just treading water till you get back, playing the corker. Guitar shop is people coming in and never buying anything. Exactly, but it's like I don't know. It's just the excitement of it. Brick and mortar stores. The thing is, I would like it if they were cool. I don't know. Mind you, I used to like Victor Morris. I absolutely hated the folk that worked in it. They were a bunch of bastards, but they had like a good. At the time, I didn't really. They would have like a lot of guitars kind of kicking about at the sort of under 300 quid. They would have lots of guitars, but it was all kind of arias and interesting ones. There was much more interesting stuff in there. It's just that whole thing about going in, and it's like when I went in America, we walked into Guitar Center, whatever one it is, and it was basically fucking exactly the same as Guitar. It was the same guitars in the same order. You know what I mean? You're like, all right, so it's the cheap Epiphones, and then it's the more expensive Epiphones, and it's the you're like, oh my god! And it's just they're basically just an online catalogue that you can go and see them in person. It's a shame. Other people's junk is my treasure. The excitement is never known to find. I think so, yes. It's also just getting something unexpected. It's like that whole, again, if it comes into, are you going to buy the new Gibson Les Paul? And it's like, well, I was considering this about 10 years ago, and at any time I could have just bought it at any time if you're going to buy a new one. Okay, maybe you can wait for a sale, get a couple £100 off it. But all the other guitars I've got, it's like, well, if I buy it, I'll buy it now or I'll never see one again, kind of thing. Oh, had to sell a guitar. I bet you get fuck all. No. Have I ever sold one? They did have a deal that if you took something back within a year, they'd give you half your money back for it. I remember doing that with my bass amp, which worked out quite well. Oh. A Victor Morris, a Shine, and it's great. All right, Shine are good, yeah. Pick up guitars in places like a car park, yeah. I went to Cumbernauld twice today. Is that humbuckers here? They're black and look like Super Distortion with the hex poles, brass back plates, britches, brown wire, neck grey. MMK45s have jobby brown and grey wires. But then again, so do definitely Japanese, because Cort make ones with jobby brown wires on them that look like DiMarzio Super Distortions. And the answer is no, I have no idea what they could be from. 11K. I don't think MMK40... If they would say MMK45 on them if they were. Do they have metal bass plates? Did you say that? Brass bass plates? I don't know. Shine Argue guitars. Yes, they're a bit... They were the home brand of somebody. Was it Samick? Something like that. I had one that was like a PRS hollow body, good guitar, but they just kind of sat. They weren't that cheap. They were going for the, you get the guitars that you've obviously got your industry leaders. You've got your Epiphone Les Paul Jr. and then your Epiphone Studio, you know, at sort of £150 then at the, you know, and these are ones that weren't coming in and being cheaper, or they weren't price matching the cheapest one. They were like the third one up, but at the second one price. So you're buying, you know, you're not getting the Epiphone, you're getting a Shine, but the Shine is the £200 Shine is like the £300 Epiphone, that kind of thing. And again, it comes down to, are they worth as much money now? And it's like, if you're buying it to play it, then it shouldn't matter. 1983 Tokai Strat, 23 years ago. That's probably the sort of year that I was in there. 95 quid for it. That's ridiculous, isn't it? But I mean, to be fair, they probably didn't sell it. It's not like Victor Morris won't have bought that in at 95 quid and gone, here we go, and put it in the window at 500. They bought it in at 95 quid and it's been in the window at 180 the following day, and someone like me's bought it. You know what I mean? They've doubled their money on it. They've not gone mental. I don't think they were like that. They were, I don't know, I think they had their own ethics. No, they could be caught now. You said that. The magnets are Nico bought them from the Paul Stanley Iceman. I'm not sure, yeah. Your Alfa Romeo, did you actually... A real driver having an Alfa? Oh, Alexa strings are nice. Mark V poor guest got some £50 pub car parks. Oh, there you go. I remember I used to... I'm just old enough to remember the yellow paper. It wasn't really guitars I was into then. It was boats. I used to go and look at boat engines and shit. You'd go and buy this yellow paper and you'd phone up people on a landline and then work out how you were going to go and get it. I'm pretty sure I must have bought guitars as well. I used to buy guitars on... I didn't have a computer, but my dad had one in his office downstairs, so I would use that and look up. I was buying shit on eBay. Yeah, mental. Oh. I was never really a big car buyer either. Never really interested in them. I think I've sold plenty of stuff, but you're selling it in the blue paper or the yellow Supermart. The thing was, I was always amazed. It's not like it used to be. It used to be a case of, oh, you want to buy this thing, it's a £200 thing, and if you go into any shop, it's £200. But if you could get it in the paper for second hand, it was only 30 quid. It was that kind of difference. It was never a case of now, you know, it's like, a guitar's £400. You're not going to find it for £20 on Facebook Marketplace. It's going to be 300 and something. You know what I mean? Uncle bought a 3-litre Alpha. I guess. That's about 50. But I mean, it was like when you said how much it was, I mean, to be honest, I would probably have bought it. I still don't think it's neck heavy. Not really neck heavy. You just need to be a bit more. You need to stand with your legs further apart like a man. You know what I mean? A Yamaha SG for Christmas for me. The guy arranged for him to go and see it at double the price when he got there. Bastards. Aye. But there's a lot of that goes on. The thing is, it's down to... What I think happens is the bastard messages up here, hi, I'll take that guitar for £100. Sorry, someone's already bought it. Oh, mate, just helping you out, mate. That guitar's worth £250, mate. Just if you want, mate, you know what I mean? I'm just helping you out, mate. Do a wee deal, I'll give you 150, and then, so you're just like, as soon as anyone tries any of that shit with me, it's just like, dinged. Fuck it, not doing it, I don't care, I'll just not sell it. Hey Scotty, you just got the Roland Microcube, brilliant wee thing, one of the old ones modded with a speaker output, surprisingly good. Brilliant. I think it's brilliant. I couldn't get a good distortion sound out of it, but the Jai C chorus, Jazz Chorus 120 or something, is just fucking amazing, and a wee shit Temu pedal into it. It's what I'm playing through right now, and you can solder together two of the tabs on the headphone socket / recording out, which means that you can plug it straight into the computer and it doesn't disconnect the speaker. Great stuff. Aberdeen and drove it home, hadn't passed my test at that point. Some people are mental. I remember someone telling me, why are you getting lessons and stuff like that? What you should do is just go and buy a car for 50 quid. It doesn't have to have an MOT because you don't have a license anyway. And then just drive about in that car for a couple of weeks and then book yourself a test. Fucking wasting money on driving instructors. It was like, oh, I'm just not that mental. If the price moves, so do I. Oh, that's exactly it. That's what I did with it. Well, that bass did that. That was 100 quid, that bass. And I said, mate, I'll come and take it. And then it was like, it's like, I know what it is. This is a Matsumoku, blah, blah, blah. You're like, you don't know what any of those words are. Someone has messaged you after I have and said, I'll take it. Oh, someone else is getting it. Oh, or someone who lives too far away to get it's going, here, I've got one of those and I think it's worth 300 quid. I'll just fucking message him and tell him, you're selling that too cheap, mate. Don't sell that, mate. So the guy was like, it's worth. I told my wife to list it 250, and I was like, well, fine. What's your offer? And I was like, to be honest, mate, £100 and I drive to Largs. I was going to do that. Not offering any more. And he's like, all right, okay, well, I know petrol money, and like, 130 quid, and I was like, 150. I was like, to be honest, if it had been like 200, if it had been the 250 quid you're saying, I wouldn't even have asked about it, but 150, I suppose. And then I went down and took one look at it, and I was just like, and he went, yeah, it's like, it's not worth more, it's not worth 150, but it's 100. It's like, yeah. Worth it now. Oh. The mate stories, there's plenty of them. Got that situation, the price is shite. My first car was a Hillman Imp. He traded it for an amp, amazing. Hey, Yoakum! You got it back from one of the best places. I was doing it up. I know, I mean, done up. I mean, it's as good as a guitar as any can be. I wonder, I don't know, it's like, I love, it's such a different thing working on some of these guitars than it is. On ones you can kind of assemble them up to a certain point, and then there's ones where you just go, what are we going to, what is the limit for this? Do you know what I mean? On some guitars, something like this, it doesn't have a limit. The same as, could this be the best guitar in the world? It can be made to be, yeah, totally. There's not, it's as if you've got like a, £150 Squire. It's never going to be the best guitar in the world, but you can fucking make it amazing. Dave, I know this is my two favourite guitars. This one and that one. This one was my best guitar when I got it because it's the most fanciest of all of them, and there's only one of them in the world, and it came from America. 6 months later, that one was built for me. It's the only one in the world that was made in America, but it was actually built for me, so it's like the serial number starts MK for my name, you know what I mean? So that one's my favourite guitar, but this one's my favourite guitar as well. This is one where you go, look at all the extra things that you don't need that this guitar has. That's also the one-piece walnut tone. None of this multi-pieces or any sort of veneer. No, one piece. The best guitar has to be the Washburn A20. Changed my mind. Well, just look at how many there are. There's probably 500 Washburn A20s in that colour. There's only one of these. But that's when it becomes ridiculous. There only are 20,000 Washburn guitars from Japan, or from Yamaki. That's it. And that includes all the models. So it's like, and you look, how many Gibson Les Pauls do they make in March any year? More than that. So they're all rare as fuck. They're all rarer than any of your limited editions now. There is something, this has got the coffee table look, so does Sloanie's A20. The coffee table era was real, and I dig it, I like it. It's normally quite expensive, though. Marco, are you a fan of the soft V Fender style neck? I am a fan of the V neck, yes. The soft V Fender neck I'm not sure of, but one of my Washburn Force series, the Force 2, both of the Force 2s have a less pronounced V-neck than the A20, which is like a V-neck, aye, like that, pure dudunk, you know what I mean? As opposed to being, kind of, if you imagine that shape, but this bit's filled in a bit, you know what I mean? No, I love them, absolutely love them. I don't know why there's not, I guess it's just some people don't, I don't know, I think they're amazing. Hey Guitar Nerdler, any plans to do a video of your 10 favourite guitars you've owned? We're just talking about this there now. I've got a better recording setup, I probably should, but I did have, there is a, maybe from about a year ago, there is a Malco's Top 10 playlist, and I think there's 14 guitars in it or something like that, because I didn't really work out which ones it was going to do, I just did one a week. Different reasons why they're top 10. Yeah, Joe DR, that's the same. So my favourite thing with this guitar is sometimes it's the silliest things. See, it's got like a maple fingerboard, and then it's got wooden binding on top of that maple fingerboard. But see, when you're playing it, you can actually see there's a stripe there. So you've got the neck wood, and then you've got the fingerboard, and then on top of the fingerboard, which is double that thickness, you've got the purple heart thing. So you've actually got flamed maple stripe running down. My favourite bit. I stole this strap from the shop as well. Found it in the bin, or now down near the bins. The Toblerone, perfect for us. Well, that's it, yes. The thing about the Toblerone is, in the middle, here, it's thicker. Yeah, it's thicker than this neck. But here and here, it's pure thin as fuck. It's thinner than an Ibanez Wizard. So it's like, if you're playing on the high E or the low E, you've got the thinnest neck, like so stupidly thin that it would never structurally work. For those bits, in the middle you've got to be a bit, but then you can have your finger on the top. It's fucking great. It does look a wee bit better than the Plaid Detector. Oh, the A5's Amp Wales is fucking amazing. It's got a 3-piece laminate maple neck. I do like it's one of those ones that the 5's the cheapest one and the 20's the most expensive one, and in many ways I like the cheapest one best. It must have, I don't know, it's got a maple neck, which I really like, and it's maybe the whole idea of having the fancy shit. It is nice having the fancy stuff. I'm maybe just a bit snobby about it, because for years I've had like the Washburn Falcon and the B20 and all that, ones where you go, look at this, and you look at it and you go, all right, and then go into guitar and find a guitar that looks like that, and there isn't one, you know what I mean? Or if they do find one, it's $5,000, you're like, right, so it's as ridiculous as it can be. So because I've already had that, whereas if I never had it, you know what I mean? Same with the neck through thing. It's like, of course I'm going to choose neck through over set neck over bolt on neck. Does it make any difference? I don't think so. But I've already got one, so it doesn't matter. For everybody, what's the best guitar you've ever played? Quite good. I don't know. I still maintain I think the best bass I've ever played is my Schecter P bass. Best guitar? I mean, there's something to be said for it's possibly that wee red Roadstar. Although that Antoria is fucking amazing. And so is the Shockingbird. I don't know. Okay, I'll get top 10 guitars I've ever played. Washburn A20 or Columbus, I'll say. The Washburn's a strange one, Sloaney, though. It's different. But I mean, you look at it, and you go, that's just so fancy, isn't it? I mean, the wood at the back of it's made out of, ridiculous. Oh. But there's more to it than that. That video series I spent all day doing the other day, and then forgot to headline it. Was it 10 videos in a row I did using the Yazuki Telecaster, because it was like my best normal guitar, I tell you, and it's tone ply, and it sounds fucking brilliant. Best guitar is the Star Guitars Telepole. You designed it yourself with it. That's where it comes in. That's where something like this, I was meant to get this. I was meant to have that. You know, there's kind of... It also depends where it comes from and all that. A Sumbro jazz bass. I do like Michael's Washburns. It matches my 6-string. Apart from it's got more strings. Yeah. Best guitars might take Rose Study at it. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like I've had so many that are... It sounds a bit shit to say it, but like when you get like a West Tone Thunder, this is the one that I really noticed. There's other things that are like this, Yamaha, but like that. Yamaha Revstar, right? So it's like, oh, I've got a Washburn Thunder. Oh, so do I. Do you want a shot of mine? And it's like, we don't need to. I know what yours is like, the same as mine. And Yamaha like that as well, where it's just like... So it's like you're just at a quality level, whereas, you know, I'm looking at that Ibanez Roadster and I'm looking at a Fender Japan, and it's like, what do you mean, is the Fender better? It's like, it's the same guitar. It's whether you like the design of the Roadster with the humbucker better than the design, the look of it, you know what I mean? It's like the actual guitar's the same fucking one. And I like those guitars. There's a lot of them. But I've never played a guitar that was significantly jump out as, oh my god, this is the best guitar I've ever played. Apart from anyone I've got myself, possibly something like that with Red Roadster, you know what I mean? I've never had a shot of someone else's guitar, one in a shop, where I've just gone, oh my god, I need to have this. I've always been somewhat disappointed, especially going in and playing expensive ones. The first time I went in and played a Les Paul at $2,500, it was like, I'll try the other one. It's like, this is fucking $2,500. I'm thinking of paying it up. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I've got a Washburn Hawk, and this is shit compared to the Washburn. This isn't really $2,500 worth compared to my Washburn Hawk. As in, this isn't as good as it. How can it be as good as it? It's just not. Nothing about it's as good as it. What the fuck? And it didn't cost $2,500. So that's kind of my point of view about these things. But then again, it's holding an acoustic close to the harmonics. I know acoustics are good. I think I'm maybe once I get a bit older. Now I've gone clean. I think the next obvious one is to go acoustic. I'll maybe start going that way. It's just acoustic guitars aren't as cool. I'm sorry. Best of plays with Brothers 19 Les Paul Custom, the Fender guy. Sometimes you get magic ones, but even then it just comes in at, do you like thick necks or thin necks? I don't know. But I might really like that one. It might be the best neck I've ever played and it's thick, or it might be the best neck I've ever played and it's thin. Sometimes it can just be, and it's just a mixture of all the finite points to go together. Different guitars in parity play different things, so it's hard. Yes, totally get it. Even down to the different colour thing. That yellow Godin. I used to have the blue one. It was like a sort of blue to orange bursts, or blue translucent turquoise. Quite a nice colour. I don't like that guitar at all. I like that one. It's yellow. And it's a stupid thing. I know it's a stupid thing. I can't help it being a thing. It's a thing. This guitar's made of solid walnut. Therefore, I will play it like it's made of solid walnut. What does that mean? I don't know. Yeah, the wee Roadster, have it in black, yeah. Well, in white would be the best one. A 50-year-old 12-string acoustic. Again, it comes down to, see, some of the best guitars, when you get someone goes, I've got it's a special one, and it doesn't look anything special, you know what I mean? They've got Les Paul and stuff, but they've got a Mexican Strat, and it's the one they play all the time, and it's just fucking amazing, because for 20 years or 10 years, that guitar has been played, even just for a couple of hours every night sort of thing, and it's just in a live, especially acoustics. If you get an acoustic that's been played every night for a year, it's just alive. Whereas you could have a much, much, much better, more expensive guitar that's been sitting in its case for 6 months, and it's dead. It's like pure. It's kind of maybe try and play a chord. Whereas if you get one that's pure alive, and it's just kind of, that's the thing about having one guitar. If you play it enough, they just get fucking better. I'll go back to the Godin. Someone asked me to do this. I did start this. I started at the wrong time. It will be the one you saw on Marketplace, because that's where it... no, it was in Gumtree. It wasn't on Marketplace. I'm not bothered putting on the yellow jumper to go with it. I do need to replace the output jack. If the output... not really sure. What is this guitar then? It's got the odd thing about it, although it looks like there's lots of odd things about it, the odd thing about it is the where the see where this contour is, it's there, which kind of makes it like a Les Paul. I feel like it should either not be contoured or it should be contoured here, so it's like a flat top, but it's got a really deep scoop there. It's kind of like a funny one. It's sort of, I don't know, I think it's maybe for French people. I don't know. You know, they're a bit sort of, maybe that's kind of how that fits in. Sorry, Scottish, all the lines, Scottish people like French people. It's still funny laughing at anybody though who's different. Yeah, but there's an Aria Nexter, I don't know it. It is nice, isn't it though? It's like, it's got the maple neck, it's got the yellow. What else would you really want? It was cheap as well because it's in bits. It's not quite in tune though. Yeah, it had its issues. Kind of sorted most of them though. I managed to fix the tuners with washers. My new favourite way of fixing things is using washers. I managed to fix a truss rod on that white bass, and I managed to fix the tuners on this just using washers like that. And I don't mean fix as in bodge together, that'll break in a couple of weeks. I mean fixed as in it'll last as long as it did when it was built. So it'll do another 30 years or whatever until somebody drops it downstairs, whatever it was that happened to break it. I don't think I ever really understood the blue one of these I had. I think maybe at the time I also had I used to have one called an LG, which was a gold top P90. One which was very similar sort of thing. Your number 1 and 2 guitars match your age. I'm not even, do I even have a... I've got an Aria, my Aria prototype PE 600 is my birth year. I think that's about it. Possibly my Black A20. Wales, fun fact, God's an entire forest in Canada. No, it's more, see if you look up, there was a factory tour of it with Robert Godin. So it's Godin, and he was talking about it. It was basically standing out the factory. You could hear like the sawmill going and folk driving past. Is that up here? Yeah, is that up here? Yeah. So get about the wood there. And it's like that. See that hill there? No, not that hill. The one behind it. That hill there. So that wood there. And the guy's like, that's the wood. So that, no. The wood. The bodies. No. That's for the necks. The necks are growing. The bodies come from. They come from over there. See, not that hill, but they're just behind that one. And it's like. And then they chop them down and put them in, and then it spends 5 years in that warehouse drying out, and after watching it, you go, I want to go down. And then that's why I bought one. Just more out of curiosity. It's a quirky thing. They're strange and a bit odd, and they've got a style that nobody else really has. But I mean, they are good. I'm going to put the Maple's neck from my Strat onto my Telly, see how it goes. As long as you, it might not fit particularly well because Strats have got a squarer neck profile. Nope, Tellys have got like a square end of the neck. Strats don't, you might have to modify it. Depends how lucky you are. Guitars from 1980, 1982, 9 from 81, so bad? Oh, 81 will be fucking easy. That's in the prime. It's like, my problem is 78. I think Japanese guitars were expensive, the ones from 78. That's when they were doing the prime coffee table era. The best year for Japanese guitars is 83 though. For some reason I seem to have, most of them seem to be kicking about 83 as just the pinnacle of, that's when they were just going mad and they weren't worried about how much things cost. By the time it got to 84, 85, they started going, hold on, these are a bit expensive. Let's try and let's just not be silly about it. You know what I mean? your Fender Acoustasonic telly, lots of through a Valveton GP12 200, all in capitals, that I got on Amazon for £254. Yeah, I just, the thing is, it doesn't, I don't think it would really matter how good a guitar processor was. I don't think I would use it just because I'm a miserable bastard. I like the idea of just playing into the amp. I know I'm pure super snob going into the tube amp and all that. That's great, but I'm playing through a rolling cube, and I like not having effects on. So if you handed me a shot of your guitar and you've got it plugged into your effects unit thing, I'd just be like, up here, yeah, can you turn off some of the effects so I can hear the guitar? Not that it's wrong. A horrible looking Godin radiator in Marketplace for 400. The radiator basically is not just exactly the same as this, apart from the scratch plates, the whole front of the, it's mother of pearl as well, but it's, see, they're strange looking guitars though. Is your A20 an 82? Was it? That's quite a late one then. I've definitely, how does mine go? My Eagle is 81. I think that's about the only one. Aye, because the Falcon's 80 and the Hawk's 79. Playing through a valve amp without effects, it can be such a joy. There's somebody actually, if anyone's looking, oh, you were looking for a wee valve amp, Sloaney? It's on Facebook Marketplace right now. It's a Laney 15 watt. One of the best amps I've ever played through. I even tried to buy one, couldn't find one, it fell through. Tried to buy another one, couldn't get it, and then I got one in a trade, which turned out not to be the right amp. Mine's the VC 15, which is basically the same, but it's got like 2 channels and reverb and an effects loop and all this other crap you don't need. 12-inch speaker, that size, gain, volume, 3-band EQ, on switch, fucking amazing little Laney, 75 quid, and those things sound phenomenal. And that's where you're sitting there with a guitar that's worth it, something that does some different sounds, and you're sitting there with that, you're just there all night. I mean, the Strat sounds of this are fucking amazing. I noticed yours had the funny serial number on it. Yeah, I don't think it makes it 7. I thought that made it pre-78, but I don't know. There's an awful lot of there's nobody knows about the Washburn stuff. It gets confusing. I know it was Michael Beck when you were talking to, who he's weird, but he's right a lot of the time. But he's not always right, and when he's not right, he really doubles down on not being right rather than actually trying to work out. It's one of those, you get someone who's having an argument with it, you go like that, pure, yeah, but. Whereas if you'd say to me, like, oh, I say, I think that guitar's from 1982, and then you said, oh, but here's me, I've got one here that I bought in 1981. I go, all right, it must be 1981 yet. Whereas he would go and try and find information that backed him up for being 1982, and you're like, yeah, but he's already, it's like the ability to look for information that only backs up your side of the argument, rather than going, I wonder if it's A or B. I'll look up and see which one I think it is. No, I've already said it's B, so I'll look up and only look up the things that, yeah, difficult. Yellow guitars are fucking amazing. An old Marshall MG50. Well, I mean, yes, but sometimes, do you not find it liberating sometimes when you don't have shit to worry about? You've just got to concentrate on playing, and how much better, that's where the acoustic would really appeal to me, where you've got nothing. You can do everything just without having anything plugged in or anything. I think the world needs more yellow guitars. The first one that got me was, it was just a picture of Jeff Beck playing one. It was a yellow Strat with a white scratch plate. It was just like, that looks fucking brilliant. Why don't you get yellow Strats? And you just don't. And then I painted my Westone Concord yellow to go with it. And it looked fucking brilliant. Yes. Not near Gartnavel Hospital. I was in here not near Gartnavel the other day. It's up there and Friday dropping off the collection money from everyone's funeral. You could have, just think, if you'd known about it, you could have not just used it for buying an amp. That's probably bad. Hey Dave, what's the yellow guitar? This is the one from my Guitar Safari. You can watch the video afterwards. I put it up before this. It's a Godin. Gonda SD. I think that might actually be a burn mark. I'm not sure. Or was that a knot in the wood? So we've got 24 frets. Humbucker, all Godin branded. It didn't have knobs or a volume control, but I put Strat knobs on it, which somehow looked quite good. Also, I was quite pleased with this. It's got like a 5-way switch, but look at that switch tip. Yeah, it's just a Les Paul one, but it looks cool. Yeah, because it's not a Strat, so you don't want the normal. So basically, see with a Les Paul one, even though it's got a round hole, I just squeezed it with pliers, so it kind of went, and then I pushed it on and then let go of it. So yeah, cool. The guy had notes about the different serial numbers, but the guy with the amp, did he? Oh dear. Benny and the Jets. Catch you later, Ben, and I'll probably not be up that much longer. I'm nearly out of booze. The old school was, yes, but there's different types of yellow. I mean, actually, how close is this to the Antoria? It's kind of funny when you get... This is... There's Washburn Stage Series, the A10s. They did come in yellow, but also you get white ones that have gone this colour. It's very much an old yellow. Oh, is that? Sorry, that's not... I know Stratocasterine did that, not you, Joey Fraud, but yeah, okay. Yes, I can imagine. The Marshall 5 watt, I'd imagine, must be amazing. The reason I don't have one of them is they're a few £100, and it's like I can't really argue with it. I saw you up to play a piano. I don't think I actually got the video. I don't think I actually played this in the car because it got dark. I think basically what I did was I came home. It's not a PRS, but I do quite like it though. It's funny. It's funny how something you pick it up and immediately it's kind of odd, and then you don't like it, and then you play it for a wee bit, and eventually you go happier. No, I do. It's like I like it. I think it's actually called Canary Yellow, but I mean TV yellow. There's something, but see, yellow with the black, not as much as yellow with the white, but that's not white. It's perloid. But it's such a strange looking guitar. It kind of reminds me of the Muse guitar. It's like this bit seems a bit clumpy. You've also got 24 frets, so it's kind of everything's normal when you're playing it. When you're looking down, obviously you can see there that I've still got 4 frets to go. And it's like oh. It's kind of bizarre. Yellow and white guitars are. Hey, Matrix Invader, I've no idea what you're talking about. Is that a Pix? I know there's a band called the Pixies. Is that something to do with that? I only like Black Sabbath. Be a bit scratchy. Buzzy round about the middle. I'm going to do a bit of fretwork to do on this. The many shades of yellow. Yes, I was thinking, what was it? I was thinking Jobby Yellow. It is. It's kind of funny because it's like, it's one of those things that seems with colour, if you look at it in a monitor, right now that's not the colour it is. The colour that I'm seeing on the monitor, which is probably the one you're seeing, is not the colour it actually is. It's a real... Vibrant colours are really strange. That PRS Dragon Fruit one, it was a colour like that as well. You look at it and you go, oh yeah, that's a bit like... and the more you look at it, the more you go, you know, that's a genuinely different colour. It's like, it's not quite the same shade of purple as anything else I've ever seen. It's something new. This has got a little bit of that to it. Mustard, perhaps. Got a yellow Larry Carlton Jr. and a creamy yellow hardtail scallop Strat. Yes, I mean the Larry Carlton Jr. I assume that's like the there's the vintage Les Paul Jr. I really like. Take my Wem Dummer to my parents, but it's smaller. Yeah, I know that's the thing. That's the thing about the valve amps thing, though, isn't it? There really only is. I mean, when I got the Roland cubes working, I was like, up here, right, fuck it. I'll just use that for recording. But when I'm just playing anyway, I'll use the orange, and it's like, I would maybe use it if I was wanting to really just enjoy a very expensive guitar. But I mean, that's something you're not going to. Oh, you can go down slowly. You can go down the range of putting in, like restrictors. What are they called? Not pads. What are they called? Attenuators, alternators. To reduce it down so you're still running your amp at a decent volume, but it's just you just burn shit out. I wouldn't bother with that. Just get a smaller one. Was a Glen Hughes on? I saw the Glen Hughes. I know. I would have bought one of them for the Sabbath band because it's purple, which goes with I love Glen Hughes, but it's only 50 watt, and 50 watt's a really strange size for a bass amp. To be honest, probably perfectly good for gigging these days when you've just got it DI'd sort of thing, so you're only using it as a monitor. Just that I'm kicking about 250 watt just now, so 50 watt's a strange size, especially seeing as it's quite big. It's kind of weird. I nearly bought one used, Sloaney. I don't know how much cheaper. It was 150 quid. I don't know how much they cost, but I remember seeing them and going, actually, they're not that expensive. I don't think they're that much more than that brand spanking new, but it's a purple orange bass amp, and it's Glen Hughes. It's cool as fuck. Was it a PRS Silver Sky tried? I think I want one of them. Yes, it was. My pal just bought it. In Dragon Fruit. Yeah. I mean, watch the video. We've obviously been away for a while. It's in the new room with plugged into the amp, so you'll be able to hear it better. Yeah, I kind of not sure I like the principle of it or the idea of it, but I can't fault the guitar. It's fucking great. It's a really nice Strat. Is there any point in it being a Strat? Would I rather just have a Strat? I don't really know, but I mean, I can't fault it. It plays amazing. Everything feels brilliant. It's dead quality. Every bit's just 5% different than a Strat. You go, oh, that's a Strat switch. No, it's not. It's slightly longer. Those are Strat knobs. No, they're sort of domed and they're a wee bit. Oh, that's a Strat. Oh, no, everyone's just like a wee bit. So I don't think there's any part you could take off it and put on a Fender. You know what I mean? But I did enjoy it. Oh. Have you heard of Laney HM 60 watt still estate? No, but I'm trying to sell a HCM 30R 30 watt solid watt state combo, and it's fucking really good. Have you still got your blue Fender? I do, yes. The vaporizer, it was banned in here. Jen just looked at it and went, no, you can't have that in here. That's far too ugly. It's quite classy looking in here. You can't really see it, but it is a wee bit. I really like that amp. I would once I get my YouTube room up and running, which will happen, I'll work out how to do it and I'll make it. To be honest, I'm kind of quite enjoying doing it in here. I don't know why. My setup is quite easy to take away. It's basically just two cubes, which are obviously I can run all the cables. Obviously I've got a cable going from the guitar into the amp, but then I've just got this and the desk's kind of there with a wee cloth over it. It's all just built in, and I can kind of put it away. It doesn't take up any space, and it's only like two things I have to move. So I'm quite liking it. Oh. Yeah, okay. The best was Elephant Breath for Wet People's Deluxe Talking Shite. Very good. I see my own house for 2 hours a week just now. I don't need any more bass amps, I understand. Yes. But I mean, if you're looking for a bass amp, there is one bass amp that rules all bass amps. That one there, you can just see the top two speakers on it. That Roland Cube is absolutely phenomenal. It's my best amp, straight up. It's not a guitar amp. It's not the best amp for playing the guitar through, but it's the best amp in overall I've got. It sounds so much bigger than it is. I've got big, giggable bass amps. It sounds better than any of the really expensive good bass amps. Obviously, it doesn't play along with drums like the way the other ones do, but anything in the house, any volume in the house, it sounds better than the big ones. It's just the best amp. Oh. What's everyone's opinion on the Marshall Lead 12? If you've got one, go for it. They're not fucking amazing, though. They're worth a lot of money because Billy Gibbons had one. Really, is the Marshall Lead 12 better than the MG15? Or the one I used to like when I was teaching guitar, this is probably going back 15 years, was the MG30. Was a really nice amp. It was just big enough to have a slightly bigger speaker, so maybe it's got a 10-inch speaker. And it was just at that point where it worked really well. When you turned it, when it's up loud for the house, it was loud and fucking sounded great, but you could still operate it at quiet volumes. I really rate a 30-watt Marshall combo just for general everythingness. What are we talking about? Is that David? Sorry, I think there's a delay on when I see these things. Is that we're talking about the vaporizer? Yes, well, the vaporizer's fucking amazing. You got to have the right situation to use it in, but I mean, it's one of those ones again, which I'm actually enjoying. Again, we're saying there, it's like there aren't any fucking knobs on it. It's just go. Mind you, the oranges like that. I've got there's 6 knobs on it, 3 for each channel. The clean's got volume, bass, and treble, and the gain's got gain, shape, tone, and volume. It's like fucking nothing. It's great. You've got the 1976 Marshall Lead combo already. Is that the one? Thingy. That's the one. In fact, I've got an amp. Sloaney, I'll give you. You can just have. I've been trying to fucking sell it for a bit. I keep trying it every Christmas and nobody fucking wants to buy it. It's a Park 30-watt R. So it's basically the MG30, but it's a bit older. The year before it became, like, up until a certain point, all Marshalls were made in Milton Keynes. So they decided to make an import line, which were called Park, made in Korea, whatever it is. So for like a year or two, you got Parks, and then they went, oh, fuck that, and then they just put Marshall on the ones that were made in Korea. So I've got one of them you can just have. Lovely sounding wee amp. Just one of those ones where I would give it to somebody who actually needed an amp who would use it. You know what I mean? It's like, for in the house, I would fucking use it. This guitar and that, you're fucking there. You can gig with it. You know what I mean? Just, come up and get it. When I come down and give you it, just have it, take it away. Or you can have that, or a Laney Hardcore H30. Good clean sounds. But I think I used to have one of the 1976 Marshall Lead combos, it's 2x12 cabinet, the one that Angus Young plays through. What's that you say? Yes, Angus Young is playing through one in the Let There Be Rock video, because back when that came out, 1976, yep, so it's at the Let There Be Rock tour is 1978, I think. That was a practice amp. You didn't get practice amps. They didn't exist. Do you know what I mean? You only got gigging amps. So you had a 15-watt or a 30-watt amp, that was it. You didn't have ones that were practice amps. That was a practice amp. And you can still gig with it. Massive amp, huge. Oh, is that you looking for a cash for a vaporizer we're still talking about? You have to collect from up north. I don't know, it's one of those things that I have, when you look them up, people say, oh, we should make sure the valves aren't fucked. I'm lucky mine aren't. The thing is, it's like the same with my wee Laney VC15, not the LC, the VC15. When I first got that, the guy said he'd just changed the valves in it. I've changed the valves in it, and it's still noisy, so I'm wondering if it's a valve eater. I tried swapping out individual valves. The thing that's really annoying on the clean channel, it's buzzy. It's like there's something not quite right. It's really annoying. The 212 is amazing. Oh, they're amazing guitars. It's not, I mean, it's fucking loud. It's like, again, you're playing through a 2x12 cabinet, so having it up at drum level is what a 2x12 cabinet's meant for. It's fucking great. Oh. If you had to choose one pedal to go gig, what would be your choice? If you use any one. A tuner is the most important one, but you could have a clip-on tuner, so I wouldn't need it. I don't know. Some sort of bass fuzz for the Sabbath band. Catch you later, Jagogo. All the best amps and cash is always 200 miles away. Cash converter's a weird one though. Sometimes you can get good stuff, but it's so rare. It's got to be something weird, and it's got to have been taken in by someone who didn't want any money for it. So anytime you see something, I mean, my pal, my BC Rich Mockingbird came from Cash Converters. This is 20 years ago. I saw it, and because it had the R logo, I thought, that's a fucking expensive one. Don't 90 quid, didn't have it. I told my pal about it, and then next week I went round to his house, and I was putting drywall, or putting wet wall up in his bathroom. He was like, I charged him 50 quid for the day, or whatever it was. He was like, I've got a present for you, and he handed me that BC Rich. I'd mentioned it to him the previous week, and he'd just gone in and bought it. So that's where my Mockingbird came from. He was a good guy, apart from he turned out to be a dick once. He was just obviously ADHD out his brain. Didn't know what that meant at the time. Makes sense now. H&H 100 watt. I had probably exactly the same one. Maybe an IC 120, like the one that lights up like my hi-fi. It's like got a green. Amazing. You put new valves in, yes. Did it make a big difference? I'll be totally honest, I was going to buy valves for my Laney VC15, and I was looking them up, and that was, I don't know why, I'll just look on Gumtree, and immediately there was a vaporizer, and I thought, oh, because my pal Ivor's got one, and they're fucking amazing. He said they weren't expensive, but I've just never seen one. Because they weren't expensive new, they're only like 200 quid new. Which is, okay, 200 quid, it's fucking huge and cool as fuck. If you can find one. But so I basically paid less for the vaporizer than it costs for the 5 valves for the Laney. Sound corset tuning app. Cash's describes brown Washburn. Wow. I don't. You've never Sloaney, you never told me how much you paid for that. I don't want you to be so crude as to say it, but I mean, I don't know. I'll be honest, the going rate's normally more than 700 quid for that, and if you got it for less than that, you did fucking well. I think even if you paid £700 for it, it's probably pretty good buy. A Roland Cube 60 watt. I don't know, see, slowly the old ones, it's like a bass amp. There's one in, I think it's a Cube 60 watt bass in Cash Converters in Falkirk. Yesterday, it's been there for a while. It's orange, or it's a kind of tan orange jobby vinyl, like an old Cube, and it's cool as fuck. But I mean, I'm just saying that's a wee battery one. Unfortunately, they're expensive. I think they're about £160 new, but second hand they're 140 quid. It's just it runs on batteries as well, which is just a super bonus. It's just fucking. You know when you get lots of different options and you have to go through all the options to see which one's good? On that, you don't have to. Well, obviously, the first one is fucking microphone. You don't want to use that. And the last one is something else. But, you know, you get 5 in the middle. It's whatever bass amp and all of them sound good. It's like, all right, aye. Dunk, dunk. Oh, that one's good. Oh, that one's good. Oh, that one's good. Oh, that one's good. Which one do you want? No, it doesn't really matter. Which is lovely. Less than 5. There you go, Sloaney. No, I would have been arguing over finding of it. That's a good buy. Well done. You're not going to lose money on that. Might need new tubes for the Ibanez Tube Screamer. There's a video me and Scott did. Scott the Bastard, which I've just left all the videos up. Fuck him. Where we're changing the valves over in his. Same amp as yours. I was like, you're right. Get the white gloves and stuff like that, and with the the COVID masks on, and then it was like, you're right. Get on YouTube. I look up fucking like the heartbeat monitor, so we've got the thing going beep. Like the two of us are sitting operating with white gloves on it, swapping the valves out. Good fun. He was quite funny sometimes when it suited him. You got a Blackstar ID Core Beam amp. I'm not sure what the Beam amp is, but the ID cores are fucking brilliant. Not battery operated, but I mean, that's where it comes in. The Blackstar ID cores, no, they are fucking fantastic. Nope, it's a guitar cube. All right, I don't know. I mean, they will be amazing, but I'm going. The one I know, the Microcube, you can pick them up for 40 quid. It runs on AA batteries, which last fucking years, or you can put an adapter into it, and it's got a fucking great sound. It's not got a great sound for a battery-operated tiny amp. It's got a great sound. So if that was a massive thing you were playing through and it sounded like that, you got, it's still a great sound. Great fun. Oh, your inflamed neurosis like cross between Brian Wilson and Ozzy Osbourne. Couldn't even have a fag or a joint to calm myself down because it aggravated it. Oh dear, that sounds awful. What's the story about Scott with the dog? Oh, with thing that was Jen's daughter, Jess's dog, and Scott was they were going to sort of split. He was going to look after it 1 week. They were going to do a week about, but he was a dick about it basically. The dog had to get an operation because Scott was feeding him the wrong shit and all that stuff, even though he'd been told not to feed them that. I was like, I know better than that. Dogs can have mince like that. It's kind of got a thing from the vet saying, going to only feed him this. No. He can. I know better than that. And it's like, that's what my problem was. But there you go. But that neurotransmitters thing sounds absolutely shit. I am not jealous of that. I do need to have a rat pedal in the thing for a bit more. I can only go this heavy. Very thin neck on this. I don't know what to do with it. Obviously, I just had to buy it because you think I'm pulling Blue Scoop. Honestly, it's like, and that's me using one of the Temu pedals. Perfect. I don't know how long that cable is. How long is that cable? It's long enough. That's what I'm playing through there. So I've got a loop pedal and a Temu Screamer velcro to the top of it, running off the same battery. That's the lead that's running into the tube. That's it, into the computer, and that's it. And it's just on Jazz Chorus setting. I found out that by putting this wee piece of wood in below it and tilting it back a little bit makes a huge fucking difference to how good it sounds as well. Basically, you want the speaker pointing at you. It has kind of screwed up my idea of having the pedals on the top of it, because already it's quite difficult to operate the loop pedal because it's that high off the floor. So instead of my foot sitting like that and operating the foot pedal, it's sitting like this, so you're kind of hovering, going, right, here we go, dunk. I mean, I got that really cheap, but you can get one for under 50 quid all the time. I would even maybe spend a bit more money and get the red one or the white one. Yeah, he stopped talking to Stevie. He just turned into, I don't know, overnight, some sort of demons, kind of a bit mental, I think. Yeah, after 6 months, I went to try and was like, "Up, you right? How's it going, man? You all right?" And then he fucking started posting all this shit on me, broke into my page and fucking posting stuff about me stealing his Electric set. I get so many messages of folk going, "What's wrong with that, man?" You know what I mean? It's like, oh, so I don't know. Oh, the guitar sound is, it's so direct. And the thing is, I've got a thing there to tell me how well it goes. It did come with a wiggle stick. Yes, it didn't fit. I tried putting another one in, and then I was like, up here, I'm going to have to shim the neck, and I'm not sure the neck's going to come out. So I'm not 100% sure. Just now it's playing like a neoclassical speed metal machine with the bridge sitting flush. So I raised it up, and it raised the action up, and it's like, I kind of just want, the saddles are kind of maxed out, so I'm not really sure exactly. But it can come with a down bend only wiggle stick. I mean, this is just a couple of hours of fanning about with it. I've not given it a proper setup. It needs a wee bit of fretwork on it as well. The frets are quite worn in the middle. I started talking about this earlier on, because this is an expensive guitar. It's been bought by someone who's good, so it's not, those chords that are worn out. like you get with a lot of cheap guitars, or a lot of cheaper guitars. But when it comes to looking at this, it was even, it came with a Godin gig bag. Like that, that's fucking worth 20 quid. Yeah. It probably isn't, but there we go. So I did have to do it. The thing is, it's one of those things that, yes, somebody else could have picked this up, but they wouldn't have had it working by tonight. They would have been messaging folk on, looking up forums, trying to work out how to sort things, and they would have bought a new set of tuners, and they would have bought another scratch plate, because you would never have thought of just using washers and, you know, shit like that. So it's like, this whole being jammy and getting amazing guitars for fuck all money and stuff, there is a risk reward element to it. Plus, you've got to be able to do the stuff yourself. This would not have been a cheap guitar if I had to go to a shop to get them to wire it up. It would suddenly be the same price as what it's worth. You know what I mean? Instantly. I've got a hardtail just now, yeah. It's just because it's got a trem, I felt it should have one. But I'll have a look at it once I've had a wee adjustment and, you know, a couple of times try to work out what it is. It's a very small neck. It's really strange. My thumb's pure. It's like right over it. I can still play it. That's like the first thumb joint one over the. You can fucking play the high E, and I can. It's bizarre. Yeah, catch you later, Stratocaster. That's me giving. I'm not. Have I finished my bucket yet? No. Any requests for my last one? First thing I did with the EPV2 was hardtail. What a difference. Does that have a funny bridge on it? A strange bridge? The thing is, like, no matter how good a tremolo system it is you have, whether it's a Strat or whether it's a, you know, like a Floyd Rose, even the Japanese ones I've got, the guitar doesn't sound as good with that wobble as with the wobble system in it. There's something about it just being, and I'm going more to the point. There's something about the one-piece wraparound hardtail which just gives it the most, which that SX has. Actually, no, it doesn't. It does. The badass type wrap over bridge is just, there's something about that. It just makes it more responsive. I do understand that if you want the tremolo arm, you've got to take but I think that's why tellies are better than Strats, because they're fucking hardtail. No, I don't think they have. But obviously I noticed that that is a strange place for them to be. But I looked them up. This was quite bad actually. The advert for it was it had a picture of this model, but with a black. Someone had put a Seymour Duncan or something in it on Reverb for 450 quid. That was the first picture. Like, right, okay. The second picture was basically, I think she'd got her husband to hold it up, but she kind of held it up against the window. So if you imagine like that, so you're looking at the photo, it was kind of like that, but the window was behind it, so it was in shadow, and I kind of zoomed in, and you're trying to look at it, and then the other two shots were both that, and you're like, that's the photos. They are shit. That's probably why I got it. No, because I asked about it. It's been up for a couple of days. It said 2 days, but it said 1 day when I messaged, but 2 days it had changed to, so it'd been up for 24 hours. And again, the women replied like pure yes. That's yes, you have read the description, and the description basically says, yeah, it's a bit fucked. It doesn't have a back plate. The scratch plate's missing. There's no electrics in it. Look at the photos. Look at the two shit out of focus photos that we're not actually looking at the headstock. You couldn't see. I was looking at it going, does that have the original neck on it? I don't even know. You couldn't see in the photo. But that's how I got it cheap. And it was 12 minutes away, 13 minutes away. Oh. Are you trying to move further away for Greenock? It's getting harder and harder to get my guitar set up. It's only 10 minutes. It's only 10 minutes, man. And it's a nice road. You'll be fine. Yeah, but it's an odd bridge. It's a what do you call it? It's a Bandmaster, isn't it? It's the one from, well, if you get one on a Westtone Spectrum, it's made of metal. Whereas if you get one made by anybody else who copied it, like on a BC Rich or an Epiphone or a Honor, it's made of Weetabix. Yeah. Done with Floyd Rose, give me locking. Fuck locking tuners. D5 ruined Whitesnake. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Really? He wasn't on the big album, I don't think. I don't even remember what number. Oh! What number bottle that was. I shouldn't have drank that last sip. It was minging. Number 6. There you go. Really? That last sip was horrible. Don't do that. No, but I mean, no, I'm not one for a tremolo. I like a hardtail. Like, fuck it. Just have a hardtail. To be honest, I mean, does it make a bit of a difference? It does have a wee bit of a ring to it, but it was no, it's fine. I've never tried or owned any guitar with a Floyd Rose, but I mean, the thing is, if you don't really like the idea of having a Floyd Rose, then you're not going to like it. It's not something. It's like the Flying V as well. It's like I was talking earlier on about the Flying V. You pick it up. A Flying V is awkward. You can't play sitting down. You kind of hit it off things. You have to stand a certain way and shit like that. But it's cool as fuck. So you just overcome those things. Whereas if you go, I don't think it looks very good, you're not going to play it and go, oh, I don't think it looks very good, but it plays really well. You know what I mean? No. Wee mouthful of sediment. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It's definitely on the Fender side, this one, though. Like, I think when I had one of these before, I only played with the rat pedal and single coils were for the 1 minute in the video I was demonstrating clean, whereas now, single coils, man! It's not as holding a tune because of these strings are just new on it. I'm finding myself purposely moving this to my belly because the cut kind of makes the guitar do an ovation thing. So I'm kind of intentionally playing using this bit that doesn't have the belly cut to hold it level. So you put it there, it tries to do. It's like they tried to make it suit Les Paul players who like to play like this and like something that's really uncomfortable. Floyds just need far too much work. Well, they do sort of, but it's one of those things that because there's so much to it, an expensive Floyd Rose just works much better than a cheap one. So ultimately, if you're getting a guitar that's 300 quid and it's got a Floyd Rose on it, look up how much a Schaller Floyd Rose costs. It costs more than 300 quid. So you're just buying just the bridge for 300 quid, or you're buying a guitar with it on it. So it's kind of like that. And because there's so many bits to it, this is my thought anyway, something like a Telecaster bridge is just basically a bent piece of metal with saddles on it. So okay, you can make that bent piece of metal out of thicker metal. That's going to make it better. You can make the saddles out of brass. That might make it a bit better, but ultimately that's all it is. Whereas in a Floyd Rose, there's all these movable bits and Allen keys and bits, and if you reduce the price of all of them, you just end up with something that doesn't work. It's not a holding tune though. Where'd you between your boobs? You talk about playing like this? No, it's in the wrong place. Maybe it's got to be lower so that kind of you get your gut to sit on top of it. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Maybe it's meant to be there. Possibly. Definitely playing the guitar and trying to tune it drunk is not the way to go. But that's me. I am going to end the stream since I started a bit early. The only guitar, I take it you know this, Sloaney, that's been designed with boobs is the J-Pax guitars. That's why mine's different from Jen's one. Dave designed it to have boobs. The prototype has boob holes in it, and mine doesn't. It's got a manly big shaft up the centre. But it's also designed for somebody in my build. Maybe that's why it's so comfortable. This has got a strange... See, to make a guitar feel like a Telecaster, you don't put a contour there, and it makes it a certain Telecaster. But because it's got this one on the inside, it makes it sit in below you, so you feel you're kind of hunched over the guitar. It's like that. That's exaggerated, but that's what it feels like. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of bizarre. It depends. Maybe I could have low boobs. They're here, but yeah. Let's tune up with the Floyd Rose. Hey Michael, you had the blue SD as well. Didn't love it either for some reason. I didn't love it. I don't know why. Again, it is a strange... Being yellow is enough to make it cool. I don't know. Your new car is fast. 2 litre petrol, is it? I bet you it is. Stevie, how old are you? I've never known November to be this cold. It has been cold. Cold and not windy. I don't know. I'm actually quite enjoying it. Most places, the thing is, guitars aren't meant to be played sitting down. You want to rock. So it's like, when it's like, Peter, what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to rock. I want to. It's like, I want to sit down and play. But that's it. It's like, and let's just be honest, Sloaney, you have gone down in everyone's opinion. You are still pretty cool being a girl into guitars, but playing sitting down is just, that's not rock and roll, man. 16 March, oh well. And maybe I think it'll just get colder for you now, Stevie. That's probably the warmest year you remember. Rock on, everyone. Thanks for joining in. And yeah, I don't even know where the button to end stream is, but that was good fun. And that was a wee bit different trying to do that thing. If you didn't watch the Guitar Safari, then you get to see a wee bit of shit. Annoyingly, the first bit of the Guitar Safari, it was 20 minutes of me driving, looking at the camera, and there was no sound for some reason. So fuck knows. Your bunker is a low ceiling. Well, I suppose so. Stand up to pee and rock, Mr. Whitesnake. Catch you all later. Love you all. Well, press the button. Yes.